The year is 2025. In the heart of the Indian Ocean, on the island of Madagascar, a generation born into the digital age is fighting a primal battle. A battle for water, a battle for light. They march through the darkened streets of Antananarivo, not with weapons, but with empty water bottles. They're rattling a desperate percussion against the silence of a city plunged into darkness. Their faces, illuminated only by the glow of their phones, are etched with a resolve that belies their years. They are Gen Z, and they are demanding life itself. For months, the capital has been suffocating. Taps have run dry, forcing families to choose between buying contaminated water or going without. The national power grid, Jarama, has collapsed into a ghost, its promised electricity a flickering memory. In this endless blackout, life has ground to a halt. Businesses have shuttered. Hospitals have struggled to keep life support machines running. The simple act of a child studying after sunset has become an impossible luxury. Government offered only silence, a silence that bred a deep, simmering rage. This wasn't just an infrastructure failure, it was a profound betrayal. For the youth of Madagascar, who see the world's progress mirrored on their screens, their reality felt like a cruel joke, and so they decided to change the script. What began as scattered online frustration with hashtags like Hazavana Hoane, Light for Us, and Rano Nofi, Water Isa Dream, quickly coalesced into a real-world movement. They weren't seasoned activists, they were students, young professionals, artists. They used TikTok to share tutorials on how to organize, Signal to coordinate marches, and Instagram to broadcast the stark reality of their empty taps to the world. Their symbol became the empty yellow jerry can, a daily burden transformed into a banner of defiance. The protests were initially peaceful, almost festive, a sea of yellow cans held aloft. But as the crowd swelled from hundreds to thousands, the government's patience wore thin. The official response came not with dialogue, but with riot shields and tear gas. The first clash was a spark in a tinderbox. The world watched, horrified, as live streams showed police descending on unarmed students. But the crackdown backfired. It didn't extinguish the movement, it poured fuel on the fire. The images of state violence against its own children galvanized the nation. The parents who had hesitated, the elders who had been cautious, now joined their children on the streets. The demand was no longer just for water and power. It was for a new government. Cry became deafening. Miala, get out! Then the unthinkable happened. Cornered, with the city paralyzed and the military's loyalty wavering, the president appeared on national television. In a short, strained address, he announced the dissolution of the entire government. The administration had capitulated. The regime had fallen. For a moment, there was pure elation. A generation that had been told they were powerless had toppled a government with their phones and their plastic cans. But as the cheers faded, a chilling uncertainty settled back over the city. The lights are still off, taps are still dry. The old guard is gone, but the systemic rot that led to the collapse remains. Power has been handed to an interim council, but who are they? And will they be any different? The revolution was won, but the future is a terrifying, unwritten page. Madagascar's youth proved they could tear down the old world. But now, in the darkness, can they build a new one? These are not distant stories. This is urgent, global, and unfolding. This is a fight for the most basic human rights, led by a generation that refuses to be ignored. Subscribe for more real stories with real impact.